Hello guys, and welcome to Minecraft. I just wanted to show you a few things. Well, specifically my computer. I made a redstone computer. We will go behind the scenes and look at the wires. But first, we need to know what it's capable of. So we'll turn it on. Do be warned, there is a lot of lag in my video and a lot of lag on the machine as well. So, yeah. But anyways, we have this. So this tiny thing is our cursor. This is the time, and this is the desktop. This time is always 3:20. It's always 3:20. It's not an actual clock. If it was an actual clock, it would have more room. So an 8 could fit there. One thing though is that we have this face and off. This is a menu. Our cursor can go up, it can go down, and over there. Real quick. This is inspired by Brody's life. His YouTube is at Brody's life 06. Something cool though is if we go up. We can now click. And a face appears. This one is a sad face. It's randomized. Look. See? We got a happy face this time. I think it's really cool because I built this and it took me like 3 hours. It was hard. I'm not the best at redstone. And I didn't want to make this video a lot, but anyways, now that I've selected off, I can click and boom, it's off. If we turn it on though, we can't turn it off. We just can't turn it off. Unless we do the off. Unless we click the off in the actual thing, but I do like it a lot. You can actually see this go. And then it goes. It would go through there, and then you would see. Actually, let's just boot it up. I want to show you. It looks like that. But if you turn it on again, and now we click, look at this. Comes through, and then it turns off, and then boom, it's off. We have one more feature. And now, if we click the face, we got a sad face. I want to get a happy face. Hold up. Wait a minute. If this isn't a happy face, I'll just leave it. Okay. But, if I turn it off, okay, now the face is still there. Isn't that cool? The face stays on even though the rest of it doesn't. I'll remove the face though so we can have a better time looking at it. Actually, I'll keep it on because this is a guide onto how it works. Yeah, you know what, fine. Okay. The first thing we're going to be looking at is the selection panel. So, the on thing goes under here and activates the copper bulb, which then sends a signal, which starts up the computer. Second, how that works. It's a lot of messy stuff. But then, since it's on, it will go into this repeater, it will turn this thing, it'll turn it off, and then this will retract, meaning if you press this again, you can't turn it off. Because it says on, not off. But now it goes here, but it still puts power. And it swaps fast enough so that when it's in the middle, where there's no power, this is long enough for today, so that this doesn't, respond. Or, because if it did, it would just do that. And we don't want that, because it's really loud and the system breaks. But if we go along the power line, actually no, I forgot, we have to do the rest. The rest is just underneath the pressure plate. There's redstone. The one other clue thing, the one thing that happens with the cables in this section is this cable goes along, goes through, goes over, and it goes in. But this one goes over, then boom, then boom. They just swap positions. So the one here goes over there. The one here goes over there. They just swap. Then there's the green one. So I color coordinated them. So black is the power. The red is the up and down. And then the green is the click. So the first thing we're going to follow is the power. So power goes all the way along here, goes here. I will go along like normal. So it goes along through here, and now it goes through here, powers this. It goes up, and then it goes down, powering this piston. It goes down, powering this piston, because they're locked under it. And then it goes up, which then powers this piston, but then it goes up, but then it goes down and powers this piston and this piston. But then it goes up, and then it goes and powers these two pistons. And then it also goes up and powers this piston. But then it goes through, it powers these three pistons. And then it goes up, then powers this one, then goes up, powers all of these. Whew. That's just the first number. Anyways, this repeater then refills it, and then it goes here, and now it powers this one, also through this one, and now it goes down and powers these three. But it goes up as well, powers that, and powers that, and that also powers that. But this, it goes up, powers this top one, then it goes up, then it goes into that one, which powers this, and then it goes across, it powers that, it goes down, it powers that, it powers that, and what are we on again? Oh, we're on something, but we go up, we power all of those, we power that, and then powers, this goes along, powers that. And then every row that goes down powers this, and that powers that, and stuff. But now we've done the 320. It's always 320. Apparently, to me. But then for the dashboard, it goes up this, and it keeps going up. Up and up and up. It goes along, and then it goes and powers all of these, and then the redstone and then the repeater, and then the redstone, and then it goes back, and then it keeps going, and then it goes back, and then it keeps going, and then it goes back, and then it keeps going, then it goes back finally. This is later. That's way later. That's way later. And this isn't even the end. Goes up, powers these, powers that, goes back, goes up, goes all the way up, and keeps powering that and stuff. Powers that. This, it powers all of that and all of that through this mega tower. And then all of that connected in. This connects up through. It goes in. It does the things. It does the zero. No, it does the O. It does the F. It does the other F. And then, where did it come from? Oh, yeah, from here. It comes down. It does that. It does that. It does the top. And then it does the F. It does the A. It does the C into the E. Like that. And then, of course, through the tower, there's two outputs. Both going through here. We will explain that later. But first, now we've done the power. That's all you need to know for the power. And all there is to the power. The next thing we'll be looking at is the two red cables. These are two different cables. The first one is down, then up. Am I correct? Am I correct? I have to check. Okay, is this on? Yeah, it's on. Okay, so my cursor's up here, so that means... this one's up, this one's down. Okay, so if we follow the up cable, goes along, it reboosts, it comes along, goes in, and it activates this. This is down, and it activates it. It's depending on which one you do, it swaps this. It goes in, and it does that. It goes up, goes all the way up, goes and powers that. I guess before we do thick, we should probably do the circuits. You've probably wondered, what is this? Well, this is an AND gate. If this and this is off, which means if this cable and this cable is both on, then it will turn this, it will push it through. Which basically means this one's, if it's on, and if it's this position, if it's in this position, and it's on, then it will turn the cursor on. But then it goes through, and it's another one of them, which means if this one's on and this one's on, this is the click, it will then turn this on. This, if we go along, it powers all the way through the thing, then all the way along, all the way through the wire, and then it goes in here, and it turns off the bulb, which resets the system and turns it off. That's the off. But if we go up here, it also has the green. It's the same thing except the red and the red wire. This one's a different position. This one's on. If it's in the right position, and well, if it's selected and it's on, then this is on, which it is. And if this is on, if the cursor's in that position, and you click, it will turn this on, which is the face, goes into a copper bulb, comes out, and this is a randomizer. It randomly chooses, and that selects the face. But if we go up here, And we can actually see, oh, this is myself. I had it here. It does nothing. It comes along, goes all the way up and stuff does that. But it goes along, it powers that, this powers that, this just goes along, powers that, that powers that. It goes up, all the way up. It powers that, it goes up, up. It powers those two, then it goes up, up. Powers that. And then goes up, powers that, goes up, powers that. And now, time for the thing you might have been dreading or wanting to hear. And it's this, the randomizer. So, this randomly chooses an item. It's either dirt or it's a wooden sword. If it's a wooden sword, then it will give a signal strength of 1, which will only activate this. But if it's the wooden sword, it will activate 3 redstone strength, which will then activate this, and then this will power this off, so it's only this redstone. This is the frown face. If we follow the frown face along, and we go along all the way through, it goes into this circuit. It goes across, it goes into this, powers these. The other side powers all of these. And by the way, I'm not making a tutorial for this. I am not. You probably don't want a tutorial either. And building this in survival is something I'm not doing. If you follow this line though, it goes across, blocks that. It goes up, and then goes, some more. It goes into here, powers that, powers the smile part and stuff. Anyways, now we have finished the entire thing. I probably lost like 90% of my viewers explaining it. Maybe not that much. That's something else in the thing. But I made this world primarily to make a computer. And now this is on right now. So I can actually show off that all of that redstone comes together to do this. I am going to do this game mode. Spectator. Anyways, if we... No, I'm gonna do... Excuse me. See? Okay, so be ready. But if we go in, we can see all of the redstone coming together and working. And let's hold up /UI. Yes. What is it? Slash. I don't know. Anyways. Hold up. I gotta do something before I do that. Boom! Okay, anyways, now that we have a smiley face, this will be good for the intro. Goodbye, guys. As soon as I turn this off, it will turn off this recording. Wait, I thought... Hold up, I gotta turn this off. I thought it was Alt F. Oh, come on, I got an error.